that's sad but true. Oh my god.
I'm so toxic.
Oh my god. That's sad but true.
Sad but true.
Oh my god, that's sad but true.
He's an asshole.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, morning. My name is Crista. I'm one of your hostess with the mostest.
And we are Sad But True. And I'm Laurie. I'm a hostess.
She said hostess.
Hostess, mostest, number 2.
No, we're both number 1.
We are number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Oh, man. Okay, so...
Queso.
Queso. Shut up.
So, sorry.
Okay, so I put a comma. Okay, comma, so...
Good yab.
It's 3:38 in the morning.
Oh.
On technically Sunday, whatever.
Yes.
So,
we're the type that when a subject arises that we want to discuss right now.
Yes.
It happens whether it's noon, 4 p.m., or 3:38 a.m.
3:38, so specific.
On April 23rd.
Yes.
Today.
Yeah.
It might not get posted today, but it's done today.
Yes, because let's see. It's been a somewhat normal week. Not normal, but it's so repetitive. My days are so repetitive. I hate it.
For me, this week was weird because, like, I had everything in the house clean because we didn't have the kids last week. We had the kids this week, and it was immediately destroyed. So I was, like, rushing all week. And plus, I added on, like, extracurricular stuff that I wanted to get done.
Extracurricular
Things like shampooing carpet, cleaning the yard. And I did those first instead of my normal house stuff. So now everything else is behind, and today's Sunday.
It is Sunday. I clean my house like religiously every day, but I don't know.
You probably have others that help you.
Well,
I do not.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have like 4 kids that run around and just
destroy everything.
Literally their brain is just like destroy, eat, kill. Destroy, eat, kill.
Who are they killing? Trying to kill you?
Yes. Every fucking day. If it's not video games or electronics or anything.
Yeah.
It's me. Okay? I'm a target.
You are. Honestly. Laurie sent me or showed me this TikTok earlier, and I thought it was so fucking funny. It was this girl that was like, okay, I came into the other room just to talk shit about my daughter.
Because she didn't want to give her a complex. And then she's like punching the air.
She's like, this little bitch, I ask her if she wants food and she says no. And then when I make my food, she's like, Mommy, I want some. And she's like, okay. And she's like, I haven't chewed up. What is she? Like a summer sausage?
Sausages throughout the entire house. And I was like, that is my
That's
fucking
Laurie.
life.
Like, oh my God. That was so you. It was so funny watching that.
And just now, like, we were getting everything ready to record. And we hear a kid talking and then banging on the door.
Like a cop banging.
And I was like, what the
fucking grown woman is doing that?
So I went out there and my daughter's like sleepwalking at 3 o'clock in the morning. She was like, Mommy, I want to go with you. I was like, I'm not going anywhere. What do you mean? She had her shoes on and everything.
Yeah.
And she was like, I put my seatbelt on. And I'm like, no, you're going to go back to bed.
So I was
And I'm going to put your seatbelt on in your bed.
Yeah, well, I was trying to tell you. So she's never done that before.
No.
I was trying to tell you earlier that Isaac, which is my son, used to wake up in the middle of the night, but all the time. Like, he would do it 2-3 times a week.
And be, like, confused.
Well, he would be asleep. Like, I knew he was sleeping, but he would be... he was awake at the same time. And then... it was so crazy because he would like just stare like into the corner and like the things he was saying just wouldn't make sense. He would just be talking gibberish. Like, I don't know. It was so fucking crazy. Which brings me to my point of like like the other side, like
Yeah.
people that have gifts and
Like why?
like tarot reading and all
Yeah.
of that.
And I think it's crazy how like we only use like 30% of our brain, supposedly. And so it makes you wonder like what other percentages are out there that
Like
we don't
what-
know how
exactly.
to access. And like
Because not one person is the same, right?
Yeah.
So some people are born
with more
less and with more.
I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Like, why does the universe like give us this big ass brain
Yeah.
and we only utilize 30% of it?
Because I don't think if I
Like,
don't
think
know,
about
I never
cavemen.
thought about that.
Cavemen probably only use like 10%. You know, but they're like fire.
Like stupid. Like, can you imagine what are we capable of really if
Yeah.
we used 100% of our brain?
Like, look at Matilda.
Oh my gosh. I used to love that movie.
Me too.
But yeah,
But
I
she
used
was
to want to be
like-
Matilda.
She was so intelligent.
She was so cool.
that she had like
These crazy
she
powers.
had the force. She could move shit with her brain, bro.
Dude, I would be moving all kinds of shit. Like,
Bro, I'd be making shit happen.
bro, me too. I'd be like slapping the shit out of people with stuff
And be like, what happened?
Oh my god,
Where did that come from?
you're tripping? Yeah, you're tripping. I would. I'd be slap-
You're just
I'd
like,
be
that's not
fucking with
real.
people.
That's not real. You're just being crazy and
Yeah.
you're just slapping the shit,
Shit
out of them.
yourself.
Oh man.
There's a lot of people, a long list of people that I want to slap the fuck out of. So
well,
thankfully,
they don't deserve it.
Thankfully, I don't have Matilda power.
Like, they don't deserve enough, like, even your time to even want to be slapping them, okay?
I don't care.
That's giving them too much.
I'll give myself too much.
The only one that I would think that deserves it is your mom. I'm just kidding.
No, not even. I'm like okay with that relationship. I'm like
For now.
I ate it, and I'm
You
like
ate
I'm
it.
good.
You're like, I'm
"Well,
just gonna eat it.
I'm just gonna take that one as a loss and just eat it.
You bite the bullet on that one.
Yeah, a long time ago. But this other stitch, I'm like,
Don't
bitch.
feed it. Don't feed it.
And then I show her one more thing. She's like, okay, never mind.
Let's feed it, but in a positive way. Because we're trying to be positive. Are we
Okay.
trying to be positive?
I mean,
We are.
I try to be positive, but I mean, you can only poke me so much where I'm like, bitch, I'm about to fucking dink.
Just stop poking the bear, bro.
Yeah.
Did you hear that, bitch?
Bitter.
Bitter fucking bitch. Stop poking the bear, y'all.
For real. I
we don't
literally
care.
just mind my fucking business. I'm like,
Oh,
fuck,
that's
just-
what I sent you earlier.
Still.
The TikTok that was like, don't put me in your fucking drama, okay? I'm over here minding my own fucking business. Leave me alone.
Dude, for real.
For really real.
For really real. Because I'm like, dude, if I have another person text me and be like, oh my god, is
I
this
saw
that bitch?
this.
I'm like, oh,
This person posted this about you.
it's so fucking annoying. Although I am flattered, so thank you
Yeah.
for the attention.
Yeah.
I love being so relevant to you.
Yeah.
Makes me
Or
happy.
like the prime of your subject all day, every day.
Yes,
You know, your entire social media's topics all day.
per day. Okay, back to our other topic though.
Yes, the other side.
Yes.
Extra terrestrial. No.
No, extraterrestrial.
Extracurricular.
Anyways,
Extra-
I'm just gonna- No, okay, so I've gotten my cards read a few times. Sometimes they've been spot on. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I'm like, this makes no sense. Like, you just took my money just to take it. And sometimes it's like, legit.
I've only had like a couple readings, and one of them I was like, this doesn't make sense. But then later on,
you're like, you
I was
go back
like-
to it.
I was like, holy fuck.
Yes.
Like, if I would have just like understood, but you don't understand until it actually happens and, you know, plays out the way it's supposed to. And then you're like, oh, that's what they meant by this. So I got a reading done, and he was like, saying that the relationship that I was in was going to be pretty much ruined because of messages, and it was going to be from an older woman. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense, whatever. So months went by. I think it was probably like 3 or 4 months. And I went through my ex's phone because he was being really weird and upset that I was hanging out with you.
Really?
Which is weird
Who?
because you're with Reggie.
Oh, she said.
Because, like,
oh, yeah.
so he was getting all mad that we were hanging out and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like,
remember.
all right, he's being clingy and weird. So,
Like controlling.
Yeah, and he was like living with me at the time, kind of. So I kind of wanted to find an excuse for him not.
Because we went to Postino's, I remember that.
Yeah. So I went through his phone and
Found some shit.
first of all, found some dumbass shit, like him being like, hey, you're really cute, let's go hiking.
Like hitting on other girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dumb shit. And then I found a video of this woman getting out of a bathtub, like an older woman. And I realized it was his ex-wife's mother. So his mother-in-law that had lived with them for 9 years. And I was like, this is fucking disgusting. Like literally had the phone underneath the door in the bathroom, recording her as she was stepping out of the bathtub. This poor old lady.
It's crazy how, like, you think you know somebody, but
Yeah,
you really don't.
you
And there's, like,
don't.
different versions of yourself.
Yes.
Because there's the version, like, my most honest version of myself, other than what I know of myself, is what you know me as.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like...
But that's based off of my perception and
Right.
things that I, like the way I was raised or the way that I, like, perceive things and went through things makes me see you the way I see you, and then
Right.
vice versa. So the way I see myself, you could see me as a completely different person and vice versa.
Right. But also, like, the way that I perceive you and the way that, for example, like, Joe perceives you or your kids perceive you is different because we have different relationships.
Right. And we have different feelings.
Right. Like,
Different
I'm not-
emotions.
I'm not in love with you like that.
Yeah.
That would be...
Why not? I'm just kidding.
Anytime...
That would be weird.
Dude, anytime anybody's like...
You guys have never, like, done any... I'm like,
Ugh.
that's weird.
I'm like, ugh.
that's
It's
that'd be
weird. Like, not that you're not an attractive person, but that's weird.
Yeah. Well, just because I see you as, like, a sibling almost. You know what I mean? Like,
It's just
a
different.
family member.
I don't know.
Or we've been through, like, so much together and, like,
Yeah.
helped each other so much that
But
it
to
would be
think of
weird
you,
to cross
like, in
that.
a sexual way is just, like,
Yeah.
the most cringy thing I've ever... Like, isn't
Yeah.
it cringy?
It is cringy. And I've been with, like, a girl before.
That's
like,
been your friend, like a good friend of yours,
well,
right?
kind of. No. I mean, she was with my best friend, kind of.
Yeah.
And then, like, they had a secret relationship. I didn't know about it. And this girl, like, hit on me and, like, kissed me. So I was telling my friend about it, the one that was with her secretly. And then she got all pissed off. And then I put 2 and 2 together and was like, oh, shit.
Like, I've had women hit on me, of course, but I don't
Yeah.
have...
And she was, like, I don't want to say butch, but she was, like, the more manlier one.
Well, because we
But it
always
was
have
still-
this joke where, like, we go somewhere and, like,
Yeah.
we'll either have my kids or her kids or whatever. Or,
Right.
like, we'll exchange Laurie's daughter with her ex at the gas station, and sometimes she'll make me give him
Because he's
the baby.
really annoying and
Like, yeah.
obsessive.
But every fucking time it's just me and her at the gas station. I'm like,
We're picking
we
up
look
our
like the
child.
lesbian like couple exchanging
Yeah.
our child. But no, it's not like that. But anyways, yeah, so it's just not knowing somebody who they truly are.
Right.
Like, you'll never know somebody who they really are. Like, you may catch on to their traits and like they're predictable at some point. But you never really know who they are, because I'm the only person on this earth, other than God, who knows who I really am. And that is scary to me,
It is
because
scary.
it's like you don't know what people are capable of.
Well, not only that, you don't know how to present yourself to let people know who you really are to represent yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to put into words or express the way that you are and feel 100%. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, so if you're like trying to impress someone or like let someone know who you are, and then you say something wrong or it comes out wrong or you're having an off day, that person's gonna think you're weird, or you know, that you're not who you really are, just based off of that perception.
Or just like putting on your work face, like how my coworker for the longest time was like, oh, I thought you were just like some stuck-up corporate bitch. And then like when I actually talked to him and actually like
He's
worked
like,
with him,
you're a person.
He's like, oh, you're a real person. I'm like,
no
yeah. Shit. I'm a real person, you fucking bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I just talked to him all crazy.
For real.
I'm like, bro, email it to me.
Didn't you say the other day he was all munching a sandwich in your ear?
He's like, yeah, my lady made me a sandwich. I'm like, cool, I have to make my own fucking sandwiches. Bye.
And then I was like, no, you don't, because I made you eggs and toast that morning.
I was at home when I said that, to be fair.
Oh, you're right. Well, earlier, the day before or something.
Yeah. But honestly, are you somebody that believes in, I don't even know what to call it, like when people pass, or like I don't know, just like not
like the non-living and
like
spirits,
different lives, and like that you've lived different lives and lessons.
I believe in
that,
because anytime I've gotten reading, like they've been like, oh, this is your 11th house and your second door, you know.
Your third door from the right.
I do believe that you repeat your life kind of based off of experiences and things that you learn until you get it right, if that makes any sense. But for you to move on,
I don't know, it's weird.
That's just what I think. And I think
it's not weird, like it does make sense, but your brain only goes so far when you think about it, because it's the unknown.
Right.
It's like when you think about the universe.
The unknown? It could be that we're just ignorant to the unknown.
We are ignorant to the unknown.
Because we have things that probably stop it, you know, like technology or like wearing shoes and shit.
Well, because you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
If there's no like solid proof, and like, just like I was saying, like the universe, like you only know what you've learned in school about the universe, the planets, and how far it goes. Like
what colors are, even.
That's what I'm saying. Like there's so like we don't know if there's a whole
We're
other
just
planet.
Limited.
There's a whole other planet with other people, just like of clones. Yeah. And, you know, I'm watching too many movies, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We just
if you watch like the Marvel movies, you know, like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
So the first time I watched the first movie that came out like a few years ago, I took some edibles before I went, and I was just like, fuck. This is so cool. But when you think about it, like there could be alternate universes, and they talk about it too in like Spider-Man, like they show. And so it makes you think.
People have these ideas, but like they have to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like where?
But you know, they do come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Because there's no limit to what life is or reality is or what you can or can't do. There's no limit to it.
Right.
At all. Because whatever you put out into the universe, it comes back to you full-fold.
Well, you think of like heaven and hell,
which is karma.
What if we're living in hell right now? We don't even know.
And that's why you keep repeating it until you actually learn your lesson. You actually learn, so you can move on to the next or whatever is out there, the unknown, you know.
Yeah.
And I do believe that, because there's even like stories of children and stuff that remember a past life, and they can't explain it. They can't. Or
what I've seen, people that have like
passed away,
medically died, and then came back, and then their experiences.
Oh yeah, like our old coworker, she passed away, and they brought her back, but she said when she died, Kim from Tim's.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Yeah, so her daughter passed away from a DUI or like a drunk driver hit her, and something happened. She went into cardiac arrest or whatever and died.
Yeah.
And they brought her back. But whenever she died, she said her daughter was screaming at her, like, it's not time yet. It's not time yet. And she said that's what, like, prompted her, like, forced her to, like, wake up.
Yeah. I honestly, I never used to. Like, sometimes I feel like religion, and this is not bashing any religion, but, like, religion keeps you in this box of what is and what isn't.
Right.
So that way
we don't,
like,
venture,
you don't
off.
venture off into other things that are possibilities. So,
and
like,
I think that's why it's such an issue right now with, like, the transgender stuff and everything, because it's not the norm. But what's norm? Who says that there's a norm?
Yeah, for years and years, I'm like, even now, I'm like, I just want a normal life. I just want a normal life. But what's a normal life? We don't know
There's
what
no
a normal
such thing.
life is. No.
You just have to live your life
I know what
and be content
I
with
know
yourself.
what the feeling is that I want to feel, but sometimes I'm just like, I don't even know
Like,
what
who
that
made
is.
you think that that was the right way to feel? Because what if it's not? What if you do have that and then you still don't feel right?
But I don't know, because I've never felt that way.
Yep.
I think I've seen people feel like for me, it's like all I want so bad is, like, to be with a family and to be, like, happy, whatever happy is to you, right? Because different things make people happy. And, like,
But look at these families that have everything but nothing.
but not a materialistic happy.
No, not at all. But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. The people that actually have the family and have that life don't appreciate it, because, like, they don't know the difference into that versus not having anything at all.
Yeah.
Because there are people that go through life that are just like, oh, find the love of my life in school and marry them and just live a happy-go-lucky life.
No.
And then they're, like, not happy. And then you're like, well, bitch, like, you know, you're lucky you living like that. But they're sad and they're not happy because they don't know the difference. And then
Yeah.
there's people that go through shit and go through hell and then have a good life and still take advantage of it.
Yeah, but I don't know. The universe works in a very tricky way, and it's like, it's almost like your credit score. Like, you can never fucking figure out your credit score, like, no matter what. Like
it fluctuates.
like
Crazy.
I can, like, it doesn't
Pay
make sense,
something,
right? Like,
yeah.
they say no credit is worse than bad credit, right? So then when you get bad credit,
You can't get any more
anything
credit.
still. And then, like, your credit, when you pay things on time, like, just, you know, like,
Stay.
600, it flirts with, like, the 600 or whatever. And then, like, once you miss a payment, it drops to, like, 500, and then you're like, okay, I paid it off. And then it's like, oh, let me give you, like,
10
15
points.
Yeah. That's how life is, I feel
Right.
like. It's like you can't ever fucking figure it out.
That's because there has to be consistency. Consistency in everything you do. So that way you're consistently getting that positivity and everything back to you.
Yeah.
But if there's, like, ups and downs all over the place and one extreme to the next, then it's going to continue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everything goes around full force. What goes up must come down. It's
And
physics.
I think one of my worst fears is, like, constantly putting myself through chaos because me not changing things.
But think of it as
But it affecting my children.
day by day. But think of it day by day. Like, is it chaos to you day by day by day? Or are you just thinking it's chaos thinking back on it? Because when you were actually in chaos and craziness and...
This is a different chaos.
I know, but still, that chaos was like fight or flight mode that day. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, that chaos and that trauma made me a totally different way.
Yeah, because
Like-
it's like it prepared you.
Well, not really, because it's like I think I gave you this example the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I've become so numb from my own feelings. Like my brain doesn't register that this is not okay. That to be treated XYZ is not okay.
Right.
Like the example I told you, like if a baby goes to the light socket and shocks him or herself, more than likely, even like a dog too, like they won't go back. Yeah. Because it hurt.
They're scared. Yeah.
But if I have no feeling in my finger, and I don't have the let's say I don't have the sense of feeling, and I go to the light socket and I touch it and it shocks me, but if I can't feel it, I'll keep going back and I'll touch it, even though it's causing damage to my arm or whatever, my nervous system. I don't feel the hurt, so I don't know that it's bad for me. So to put that in a literal sense of emotion with a relationship or a friendship or whatever, it's the same thing. I've pushed the emotional feeling of the knowledge of knowing, okay, this is not okay. Even though I know it's not okay, I don't feel the emotion of it not being okay, and I let.
That's why you have to reteach yourself, like.
Yeah.
That you know that this is not normal, that this is not okay, and that yes, you have to change your actions and your, you know, your patterns in order to reach that, you know, realism on what a relationship should be versus what it shouldn't be. But you have to like retrain your brain and retrain your reaction to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even if it means, like, overreacting about something in order to make a change. Because that's what I did. Like, with my ex. So, once I reached that point where I was like, this is not okay. And this is not how I'm going to live my life the rest of my life. I made a huge, drastic decision to just leave. You know? And never look back. And never change it. Because you can't go back on your word.
Yeah.
Because that's just training your brain that it's okay.
Like you're breaking your promise to yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can't go back on your word.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think it's really important, like, for our kids to see that.
Like, good, happy relationships and stuff.
Or
And
being alone, being okay
and
with
that
being
too,
alone.
yeah. Being okay being alone and being okay having broken homes and good relationships with co-parenting, and because it's important to see like your father treating your mother right versus just fighting all the time or you know, having unnecessary drama about petty shit. Like, let all that shit go, bro. None of that shit matters. And people will see that when it's the future and their kids are adults and they're repeating the same thing. They're going to be like, why the fuck did I do that?
It's scary. It's scary to think, like, because you know the shit that we've been through.
Yeah.
I know the shit that I've been through and the heartache and the fucking everything. And it's like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, much less my own child. Like, I don't ever want my child to feel that pain. Right. And I can't control that. And that's the scariest part, is because I don't have control.
That's why you have to talk about it and make them acknowledge it. Yeah. You know? Like, everyone wants to be hush-hush about things that happen, you know, in relationships, but the kids need to know those things, because if not, they start blaming themselves and they start getting a complex from it, and they start, you know, acting out because of it, because they don't know how to get the right attention that they're looking for. Yeah. And so I think it's important to talk about it and not to be petty and to be fair. Like, you know.
I think a lot of my lessons that I've learned the past, we'll say a year, because it's just kind of letting go. Like, letting go of control. Letting go of,
that's
like
my
we
biggest
talked about.
Like, if I don't have control over something, I have so much anxiety about it.
I think there I do too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have my moments and I did worse before, but like now it's just, I keep telling myself, you cannot control what other people do. So,
or what other people
which
think.
is what I was telling Nick.
Right.
Because I'm like, do you think privacy in a relationship is still necessary? Like, if you're in a committed relationship, should there still be things of privacy in your life?
I think there's certain things, personal things, but not things that...
Personal things like what?
Like, you know, like bathroom stuff, you know, like just stuff that you just don't like want to share
about.
with anyone really, like, or that you don't think is necessary. If it's not necessary, then what's the point in like overly extending yourself?
What about like conversations that me and you have? You know what I mean? Like, me and you have deep conversations that I would not tell anybody.
Yeah, but if it's relevant, you know,
like, because you're like, for me, I already know you're pretty open with Joe about like our conversations.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already like, oh, don't tell Joe. Don't tell Joe. And I'm like, she's gonna tell Joe. And then he'll like call me, give me shit.
You're gonna tell
because
yourself.
It's funny. Yeah. But that's different.
Yeah.
But
if it's something that's like
because he's brought it up to you before, right? Like about like there still needs to be mystery, or not mystery, but like privacy.
Yeah.
But I was telling that to Nick, and he's like, I agree, but I disagree, because like, if you're married to me or you're with me, like, you should be able to come to me. But there are some things like...
But how are you supposed to grow together and build together and be strong as a couple when one of your, you know, players are weak? You're only as strong as the weakest link. So how are you able to grow as a couple and be strong and, you know, get through anything if you're both not on the same page and you're both not at 100?
Here's an example. Okay. I've come to terms my past and the things that I've been through with my past, where I'm not angry about it. I don't talk about it that much. Yeah. To people, but
because you let it go, you accepted it. Yeah.
But you are one of the few people that know almost every single detail. I mean, you were there for me, through it, with it. I mean, you sat there and heard things in my therapy sessions that you've never heard before, like things like that. But in a new, like, say in a new relationship, I wouldn't share those things with somebody because I don't feel like it's necessary.
No, if it's not necessary, I don't think, like I said, like, I don't think you should overextend yourself, because that makes it look like you're overcompensating.
Well, I honestly don't think I care what it looks like, but I just don't. I feel like I've come to terms with it. Like, I feel like it's not a part of my life.
It doesn't define you.
No, it's not a part of my life anymore. And I've forgiven this individual and myself.
Let go.
Yeah, I've let go.
So there's no reason to pull it back in just to explain it to someone else, or explain. But if there's an issue because of that, or like, you know, some like PTSD problem, or like a reaction to something because of, you know, your past that you've gone through. Yeah. A reaction that
I just don't
triggers
believe
you.
I really do believe that, like, people going through trauma affects their mental state and the way they carry themselves and the decisions they make in the future. But
and the way they react.
But there are some situations where I'm just like, I could be the shittiest person in the world if I wanted to, and use my past as an excuse to treat people like shit. But I choose not to, because I've come to terms with it, and I know.
Well, not only that, you want to stop it there. You don't want to continue it to go on to other people and continue the toxicity of the pain and the remorse. And like, why make it grow whenever you can kill it?
So for me, for other people to use an excuse of this, that, or the other,
or how their parents treated them, or the abuse they went through growing up,
it's not an excuse to treat people like shit. No, it's really not.
No, because they always say, like, hurt people. So,
or hurt. I've also heard hurt people heal hurt people. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
I have to.
And why would you want to be the hurt person hurting other people's when you can be the hurt person that heals other people to continue to heal people and grow the healing?
So in my reading, one thing that I remember she said was that, well, not my specific reading, a reading that I went with my horoscope or whatever.
But it resonated with you
a lot.
And therefore
100%.
it was for you.
Yes. But it was, she said the person that I'm involved with, whatever you want to call it, said they would rather hurt people than them be hurt, which is the reason why
That's
they
very
do
selfish.
the thing. Yeah, it is very selfish. But because they're so afraid or don't want to be hurt, that they would rather be the bad guy and hurt other people than them be hurt.
See, I'm the opposite.
I'm the opposite too.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite too.
I will hurt myself till the day I die.
because I never want
to make
anybody
anyone else
happy.
comfortable and happy. And I do it every day.
Me too. That's crazy because there's like those kind of people and then there's our kind of people. Like,
I wish there was an in-between.
an in-betweener.
I need a tweener.
I need a tweener. Because, yeah, no, it's true. Like, I would, anybody that I love or care about, even somebody that I don't
People that don't
know,
deserve it.
I don't ever want to inflict pain on them. Right?
Yeah. Well, no.
Ever.
You don't. You know why? Because it'll come back to you.
I'm like one extreme and then there's another extreme. Like, there's nothing
I'm the
in the
same.
middle. I hate
I'm
it.
like, I will literally kill myself
I
to
don't know
make
about that.
everyone comfortable and happy.
Yeah, but I think letting go.
And then I get in trouble. Or not in trouble, but I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm affected by it, stressed out.
But-
and then it's like, well, why do you do that for people?
You can't change who you are, though.
I can't.
And that's another thing, too.
And I'm a giving person. Like, I'm a very family person, you know?
Do you think people can change?
I do. I've seen it. With Nick.
How?
So, whenever we were together, like, he was very selfish, very cared about only himself, which is selfish. But he was also, like, I was the one that paid all the bills. I was the one that, you know, and I had to take him to work all the time because he didn't have a vehicle. Like, he just is a completely different person now.
But hold on, wait. And then this is not bashing Nick at all. I love Nick. He's fucking
He's
awesome.
like our
I love him.
other best friend.
Yeah, exactly. But did Nick really change, or did he meet somebody that was worse than him?
Probably.
Because
And then he had to, like, upgrade himself to take care of himself, basically.
like, in my opinion, people don't change. I think you are wired to be the way that you are from birth and your upbringing. Mm-hmm. And that you may change the respect that you give somebody. Like, I think that he changed his respect level for this person.
Uh-huh. And then his way that he respected me changed, too, because our relationship changed.
Because your relationship was different.
Yeah,
The feelings that
that's
he
true.
had for you were always going to be different
Right.
than they were with her.
Yeah.
So if I was so in love with somebody and everything was happy-go-lucky, whatever you want to call it, I'll tell you I wouldn't be here right now at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No.
I'd be at home in my bed with that person. And
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
But I adapt to my surroundings and how I'm treated.
And you react.
Yeah, not in
To
a good
them.
way. I'm not saying the decisions I make are good, because I don't think they are, and I don't think they're healthy sometimes, but like,
Because sleep is very important, y'all.
or like just being, healthy, you know what I mean?
Yeah. For you.
Not constantly running. I think my problem that I've developed is constantly running. Like, okay, I don't have to deal with this because I'm running.
You're doing things for everyone else. Mm-hmm. Like, what are things that you do for yourself?
I mean, I may go get my nails done, my hair, but
And go get coffee and stuff, but then you're
like
getting
feeding
coffee
myself,
Yeah.
feeding myself and like nourishing my own mind and my body, like it neglects you because you're just so drained from everybody else, from giving, and that's another thing. Like, you have to be a giver and a taker. You can't just be one or the other. It won't work.
Well, where do you take from if you're not a taker?
Exactly. Exactly.
You take from yourself.
Yeah.
So you need to give to yourself if you're going to take yourself.
Amen, sister. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up.
Yes.
Yes. But we're gonna wrap. What?
But I want to know,
What?
what are you going to give yourself this week?
That's so hard.
I'm going to give myself extra sleep when I can.
I want to take like a really good nap.
See? Extra sleep is giving.
I know,
Yourself.
but I don't know.
Or like giving myself a longer shower.
I didn't do that already. I'm like hiding in the shower.
Giving myself earlier sleep time.
Yeah, I think maybe I want to go to bed earlier.
It's 4:19, y'all.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Anyways, we'll see how that giving ourselves.
We'll update y'all.
Yeah.
And
Anyways.
let you know if we stick to our guns. But we can't lie to ourselves because that's not nice. That's taking away from ourselves.
Yes, exactly. We're going to end with SBT
Quotes. Thoughts of the day.
whatever,
Thoughts of the
morning.
Thoughts of the pod.
Thoughts of the thoughts. Tater thoughts. I call them tater thoughts, not tater tots.
Give me some of them tater thoughts.
Would you like some thoughts from Sonic? She's like, yeah.
I love thoughts.
I want a large thought. Okay. All right. So mine is relevant to my life right now without going into specifics. I love making people who already hate me more.
Amen. Let the
good.
haters hate.
Haters gon' hate and players they gon' play. 3LW, y'all. What's up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right. Mine is relevant to now. You know, what we're doing now. The only people awake at 3 a.m. are in love, lonely, drunk, or all three.
That is sad but true. Check out our link tree. We have our website, sadbuttruepodcast.com.
And this has all been Sad But True.
Bye.